Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Finally, club football is going to be back tomorrow morning for me, of course. In about what? In about like 18 hours. It's Liverpool versus Man City in the FA Cup. The last chance for Arne Slot to win a trophy this season. It's the FA Cup. Can he go to the Etihad and get a result? Pep Guardiola is targeting a domestic double, of course. Are we overrating City after the Arsenal win, or City are actually favourites to win that cup? We'll talk about that as well. Isak is back for Liverpool. Enzo Fernandez is suspended by Liam Rosenior, showing authority for Chelsea, of course. What a clown show at the club, of course. The vice captain is speaking against the club, and he gets suspended. We'll talk about that. Arsenal, all the players are fit. Surprise, surprise. All the players are fit, and Arsenal have all their team. Should they field a strong team against Southampton, and should they focus on the Champions League, of course? And Carrick looks like he's going to get the job permanently. Apologies for my voice. Played football yesterday. Was screaming through my lungs, so that's why I sound like this. Big up everybody that is here. Nathaniel is replacing Martin here. Listen, it's all right. I hear that the freaking echo. I don't know why. It's only I hear my echo. I don't know why I hear my echo. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. Also, I'm gonna do a giveaway. If we reach 200 likes, I'm gonna do a giveaway. A shirt from OK Jersey. I have the code, so just hit that like button, people. Let's get to 200 likes so we can do the giveaway as well. How's everyone doing? You happy that club football is back?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
100%. Yep.
We're not back yet. We got another week to wait.
What do you have no hope back about? I don't know why I have this feeling that Liverpool will go to the Etihad. I'm not saying you're gonna win, but you're gonna have a decent game. Like this is ridiculous. Like, you have no hope whatsoever.
But why do you have hope?
I mean, you can look at form. Like the last 3 FA Cup games, we've actually beat Manchester City. Like you can look at that, but no. No,
they have Isak back. I think it's a cup game. Anything can happen. But also Liverpool, I know the form is not as good, but City don't have a game in the midweek.
It's not just about the form, though, I don't think. I think it's the whole environment around the club just seems so low. Everything just seems at an all-time low. Like a lot of fans have kind of accepted the fact that he's not going to get sacked, even though like he should probably get sacked. You know, a lot of the players don't seem too happy, too interested. Like everything at Liverpool seems very flat. So I'd like to think that we should go out tomorrow morning and get tomorrow early afternoon even, and get a decent result. Whether that happens or not, I mean, I remember one of the worst City games I've watched in recent memory was an FA Cup game against Liverpool, because Zach Steffen decided to have one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a goalkeeper and concede a slide tackle. But yeah, I think City should come out on top. And that's, again, not even off of a form thing, because I don't think we're playing great football. I just think everything around Liverpool right now is just at an all-time low, and it's just the atmosphere is...
Yeah, but Salah is leaving. They're not going to do it for Salah, though.
Yeah.
Bro, don't fuck off for Salah.
What, the same way we did it for De Bruyne last year? No, not a chance.
It might unlock
nothing for Salah this season apart from chucked him out on the wing and said, "Run your ass off, mate." Like, have a look at the heat map. Have a look at the heat map from last season to this season for Mo Salah, and you know why Mo Salah hasn't scored any goals.
No, I think he fell off.
Salah's had like 1.8.
By the way, I think he fell off.
1.8% of Mo Salah's shots have been inside the 6-yard box. Last season, it was over 20%. Like, it's just like night and day.
I think he fell off. Why people cannot accept that?
I can't accept it.
Why? I'm Egyptian. I'm telling you, the guy, hips don't lie. Bro, it's Shakira style. Hips don't lie. Bro, no, his hips are gone.
Galatasaray game where he was played in the right position.
It's still good, bro. He still can pass the same. He can shoot the same. Why people cannot accept that? It doesn't take anything away from him being one of the greats of the Premier League. Probably, for me, second best player in the Premier League history after Thierry Henry. And there's a There is a conversation about top 3. There's Kevin De Bruyne, blah, blah, blah. But everyone comes to Kevin De Bruyne in the last season of Manchester City. He couldn't kick it. I don't know why it's so hard for Liverpool fans to accept
I think
it's gone.
it's because the thing with Salah's always been that when Salah's bad, he's bad. And I think that's even across a lot of his Premier League career at Liverpool. Even when he was reaching the highest of highs, when he had a bad game, it was extremely noticeable that Salah was having a bad game. So I think that's been a thing that he's always suffered
don't you think
from.
There's a common demeanour going on here with a few Liverpool players? It's not just Mohamed Salah, it's Virgil van Dijk as well. It's a few players on the team that are not.
Yeah, but Virgil van Dijk has not been as bad. Okay, the difference between an attacker and a defender is Mohamed Salah, the simple pass that he can do.
11 bad players all at once. Like,
I understand.
Think about it. Everybody seems to be looking for problems all over the place when there's one problem, and he stood on the touchline with no hair.
He's staying, Chris. He's staying. He looks like he's gonna stay at the club. You're not. It looks like so. How did he get it right last season? Because Salah carried the team. I understand that Salah carried the team last season, attacking wise, but your midfield looked better. Gravenberch looked good. Like, I know Arne Slot is not a good coach, and I think he's just an idiot, right? But in the same time, I think that part of it is your attack not convert. You still create a lot of chances. Your attack doesn't convert. You don't convert.
We don't create goal scoring chances. Like, we don't. That's just a myth. Like, we really don't. What we do is we create a lot of shots, but they're low value shots.
You do a lot of what we do is where we have a lot of the ball around the edge of the opponent's box, create a fuck ton of half chances, and then people just take that as, oh, City dominated the game, City played very well. And I do see it with Liverpool as well. You create a lot of half chances, have a lot of possession in and around the box, so people automatically just assume that you're playing well and creating a lot of chances when you're not creating any meaningful chances. You're just taking pot shots, really.
And that's exactly what Arnie does. He goes into press conferences and he talks about, oh, we won the possession game. Oh, we won the XG game. Sorry, mate, but if you have 20 shots from outside the box, it all does add up to XG. Like, it all does add up in the end. But it's what you're doing with it. Like, and you're not getting your best player on the ball to add those shots. And obviously, that's the aforementioned.
What's the best approach to approach the Man City game?
The approach.
Yeah. What's the best approach?
He needs to take all of his philosophies out of his head and play a different type of football against Manchester City. That's what he needs to do. He needs to not try and play Man City at their own game and try and press them high up the pitch, which he did the last time when he went to the Etihad and got his ass handed to him by Doku, who really doesn't play that well against anyone, but he did against us. So it's just a case of, what are you going to do with that? And the problem is, and we say it over and over again, he's got this obsession with wanting to play Dominic Szoboszlai as right back. He has this weird obsession of taking our best midfielder and the only legs we've got in midfield that he'll play in midfield, and he wants to put him as a right back. And that's what he's going to do, because Frimpong got taken out the Holland game because of
he's injured again.
A muscle problem. And that does need to be looked at as well, because you don't suddenly get a player that never gets injured ever, and now he's got 4 muscle injuries because he's being badly managed or he's being played in a position where he's having to do too many long sprints by the looks of it. It's not a right back. Like, he can't play as a right back. He can't play as a right back because he's only played 25 games. He's been injured for 26 of them. Like, he's actually been out longer over the whole of the season than Isak has. Like, and people are kind of judging Frimpong and Isak differently. Like, they're both players that haven't played enough football at Liverpool. So you can say this season hasn't really been a season for them. So you just need to get that one out of there.
You know, every time I'm listening to Liverpool fans, I'm getting depressed.
Who you can play. You are allowed to play Curtis Jones. Like, he is a player for Liverpool.
I kind of see
I'm getting depressed, bro. I'm getting depressed. Like, okay, so are you saying if Arne Slot, number one, you're saying that you have no hope for tomorrow whatsoever?
No.
Okay, that's to be honest with you, that's the worst approach from a champion, right? I've seen in my life. I've never seen a team that down, right? After spending that much money.
What I'm more worried about tomorrow is that we go a goal down really early against Manchester City, and then he throws Isak and Frimpong on, and they get injured. And that's what I'm more worried about, because if they get injured, the bigger picture for me now is not the FA Cup and it's not winning the Champions League. It's getting into the Champions League next season. That's the biggest thing for me, because that attracts the players next season.
Should he focus more on tomorrow or the PSG game on Wednesday?
No, I'd rather focus on Everton and Fulham. Like, they're the most important games for me right now, because if we beat Manchester City,
mate, you can't. Don't focus on Champions League, mate.
Beat PSG, we got to go through Real Madrid. We'd have to go through.
Oh no, for you.
Like, we're not going to get past those teams.
You know, Liverpool have had a habit of surprising people over the years, isn't it? Even 2005 when you won the Champions League, you never know, mate. You never know.
With this guy, no surprises.
You got one of the best teams in the league, you know. So you never know. You never know. They might put it together.
Correct.
I think we have the best team in the league. Myself.
Who has the best team in the league?
I think Liverpool have the best team in the league, pound for pound. Definitely.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
I think maybe a midfielder added. I think you'll.
What do you have for food in Napoli? What is that? What do you eat in Napoli? What do you eat in Napoli? What are you talking about?
There's nothing in the pizza.
Best team in the league. You think Liverpool have the best team in the league?
I think they've got the best.
Based on what?
On paper, I think they do.
Yeah.
And we were all saying that at the start.
What are you all deluded? What is this?
By paper,
the multiverse or something?
Squad, they got the best team in the league, mate. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Pound for pound. Everyone was saying they're going to win the league at the beginning of the season.
Pound. What are you all waffling? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. No, I think so.
It's one of the only teams in the league that have no DM, no recognized defensive midfielder. They have no top left winger. The right winger is Endo. Endo wouldn't start for Bournemouth, Broski, ahead of Alex Scott. He wouldn't start for anybody.
I don't think he's that bad. I don't think Endo's actually that bad. From what I've seen of him, I've never watched him and thought he's extremely out of his depth. I don't think he's like someone that should be playing at Liverpool week in, week out, but I don't think I've ever seen him look like extremely out of his depth when he's played.
Okay, so okay, guys, everyone, hold on.
Liverpool team
we're all talking. Hold on.
Manchester City, Chelsea.
Hold on. We're all talking about in the beginning of the season. Yes, Liverpool should have won it, but we assumed that Salah will be 50% of what he was. That Gravenberch will continue, that McAllister will continue, that Van Dijk will continue. But that didn't happen. So and there is no evidence. It's not like Gravenberch had a history of 3, 4, 5 seasons that he was been fantastic. And then Gravenberch has one good season. McAllister
half a good season.
One good season at Liverpool, McAllister. One good season. Right? Van Dijk is older. By the way, Konate has one world-class season, which is last season. Konate before was making mistakes left and right. People were choosing Matip to start ahead of him at some time at Liverpool. Right? Like, right back, Trent left, Conor Bradley. Frimpong, right back. No. Kirkes is coming from Bournemouth. Isak, great. Right? Left winger is not there. So Liverpool don't have the best starting 11. We assumed that they're going to continue that form, but they won't. They didn't. So, no, I don't think that Liverpool are. If you're asking me who you're picking, pick a Man City team. Of course, I'm picking Arsenal team ahead of them. I'm not choosing.
I'm choosing Liverpool as the best player for player.
Based on what then? Based on what? Based on what? Are they better than Arsenal?
Based on squad, I think it's the manager. I think the manager is not clicking. I think once they get another manager in there, he's going to make them click. And I'm saying this as a United fan, mate. I'm saying it.
I used to say the same about United as well last season under Amrin. I thought you actually had the players in a squad to put up good numbers, but he was just committing crimes against football with that squad. And you see Carrick.
Can I just roll this back as a Liverpool fan? Yeah, because I've done this a million times now, and I feel like I'm going to have to do it again. Right. You're picking Liverpool as a pound-for-pound better team. We signed Kirkes from Bournemouth, who just about finished near the European places last season. Okay, I'm just picking out players, individuals. Yeah, we signed Frimpong and we signed Wirtz. Really good players. Yeah, from a team that was there or thereabouts third or fourth. Okay, so you've got mid-table player signed. Couple of players signed from a team which was challenging for the league, but not really, but there or thereabouts. I think they finished 3rd or 4th, and they probably do the same this season as well. Then you've got Leone from Parma that just about stayed in the league. You've got Isaac from Newcastle, who is an unbelievable player, but he's also from a team which barely finished in the Champions League spots. Okay? Then you've got Gravenberch from Bayern Munich that never played for Bayern Munich, by the way. 2 managers didn't want to play him, and we bought him because of Pep and Linda's obsession with Dutch players. Yeah. And then you've got who else? You've got Ekatike from Eintracht Frankfurt, who finished what? 8th?
But do you think it matters where they come?
No, I get it. No, I get it. We won the league last season.
Do you think it matters? Where did Reinders come from?
Where are you buying? Where were you buying Salah from? Where are you buying Van Dijk from?
Exactly. Where did Doku come from? Where did Reinders come from?
Signed from teams where they were really good in their teams, but they weren't signed from a I don't know, from a Napoli, from a PSG, from a Real Madrid, from a Barcelona, they're not signed from those teams. So for us to expect them to go straight into Liverpool and just become world superstars, I think we were all getting ahead of ourselves, including myself, by the way.
Can I be honest with you though? I was a big fan of Frimpong before he went to Liverpool. I was a massive fan.
Yeah, me too. Massive fan of Frimpong. He's just been played incorrectly at Liverpool.
I mean, champion at Leverkusen. I thought he was a very good player. Big fan of Wirtz as well. I think every one of us were a big fan of Wirtz before he went to Liverpool. Everyone was talking about Wirtz.
100%.
Isaac, come on. I mean, that
guy, he's the one
who's
performing very well.
But for us to all think that they were just going to come in and just be world superstars is a bit ahead of ourselves, because they weren't signed from top teams.
But
none of them
no one's making those signings anymore. All of the teams are making those similar signings where players are coming from teams that aren't at the top level. I mean, if you look at the players that we've signed, even in like the last calendar year, we've signed Marmoush also from Frankfurt. We're signing Guéhi from Palace.
He's been a flop.
We've got Semenyo from Bournemouth as well. These are all players that are coming from similar levels. You look at players that Arsenal have signed as well. United, Chelsea. Are they actually any of these Premier League teams signing players from the top level from other top Premier League teams, from PSG, from Bayern Munich, from Real Madrid, from Barcelona?
Well, the money we spend on those players, then you would say we should. You would say we should. Like, if you're spending 126 million on Isaac, then you should be going to sign a Barcola or a Kvaratskhelia or a Elise. Then you should be. Because you should be signing the best of the best. But the rest of the players we signed, they're not top level. Like, they're not.
I just think your manager's shit, mate.
Bournemouth, that nearly got relegated. By the way, Mamadashvili, Valencia, they almost got relegated as well. Like, one of the worst teams in the Spanish league. Like, you expect them to come into Liverpool, who just won the league, and win the league again? Like, I don't think the mentality's there. Like, and also the coach doesn't give you that extra yard. Like, Jurrien used to give the players that extra something about them. Like, you can make it. Like, not at Liverpool now, not with this guy. Like, full of losers now. Like seriously. And the fans are all right now. Fans really aren't that bothered about losing games now. Like, there's a lot of fans that are just numb to it now. Like, I'll be straight up. I was more excited about watching the Legends. More excited about watching Legends than watching Liverpool now. And the fans were. Like, I haven't seen an atmosphere at Anfield like that all season. Like, and that was.
You don't think the Anfield effect is going to help you get? You don't think the Anfield effect is going to help you get through PSG and Man City? You don't think not Man City, PSG. You don't think the Anfield effect is going to help that? You know, you never know what can happen in football. You know, you don't give up. You don't just give up and throw in the towel. You know, Man City's a FA Cup game. Wigan won the FA Cup. Things can happen. We beat Pep Guardiola's Man City, treble winners. You know, you never know.
That was a dark day for football.
David Ten Hag won the FA Cup against Pep Guardiola and basically schooled him. You never know what can happen, you know, in football. I would never give up. I think it's going to be a tighter game than you think. Obviously, I think Man City have the edge, but I think it's going to be a tight game.
From a Man City point of view, do we think that Man City now are favourites to win that cup because they won against Arsenal.
Yeah, I only kind of slightly agree with that because I was very shocked by Arsenal's approach to the final. And if they were to then have a similar approach going into the FA Cup final, if they reach the FA Cup final, you're kind of like whichever team they come up against. Which, for me, I think that City will make the final. Arsenal would lose, especially as well with if they've still got a potential Champions League final to play as well. I think that there's,
it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say City are favourites when they've got to play Liverpool tomorrow. Like there's 8 teams left. There's easier draws. Like Chelsea are guaranteed in the semis. Like Man City are not guaranteed to win the semis because they've got to take on Liverpool. No matter how much Mac and all the other Liverpool fans have given up, Man City got to get past Liverpool first. So by default, it's difficult to be favourites. Did you get what I'm saying? Like you've had a rough draw. You've both drawn each other. So I'm not saying Arsenal are favourites, but we're more likely to be a guarantee to come through Southampton than Man City are to come through Liverpool. Now City are favourites, but it's Liverpool, man. Like it's a big game, so it's difficult to say who the favourites are. Then you got to draw. You might have to go You might have to go Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. That might be your route. That ain't easy. You might have to
100%. But I just feel like if I'm going off of the fact that we win this game against Liverpool, which I firmly believe we will, hence why I'll put us in the semis. I don't see the draw being Arsenal and City in the semi-finals. I don't see that, I feel like, there's always talk about the draws being rigged. I feel like there's a slight that they wouldn't let that game happen in the semi-finals. It either happens in the final or it doesn't happen at all.
So are you favourites right now?
I'd say so, yeah.
Even though you've got to get through Liverpool, though.
Yeah.
No, it's not even about bias. It's like, okay, if it was Arsenal versus Liverpool tomorrow, and Arsenal were favourites because it was at the Emirates, I wouldn't make us favourites because you've got the tougher side of the route. Do you get what I'm saying, guys?
No, I get what you're saying.
You're on the wrong side of the draw. So by default, even though you might be, look, if you're in the final against Arsenal, Chelsea, whoever, you're going to be favourites. But you're not even in the semis yet. So right now, I don't know if you're favourites. It's difficult to make the team that has the toughest draw to make them favourites, and you have got the toughest draw along with Liverpool because you've got to face each other.
Does anyone think it's really weird that like the team that wins that game plays at Wembley, and then if they win that game at Wembley, they then play at Wembley again?
I miss Villa Park. What happened to Villa Park?
And then if they win that game, they get to play at the Millennium Stadium.
Stupid.
That's mad. Yeah,
I don't understand it. It's always been the semi-final, always been at Wembley, right?
No, it's only
Villa Park and Old Trafford used to be.
But it's just stupid. I don't like it.
No, I think I thought last season it was at Wembley, right?
No, yeah, it's been
recently,
there for
yeah.
But I remember I went to one of the semi-finals recent. I'm trying to remember. I think it was against Sheffield United, so it would have been the treble season potentially. And obviously, you turn up at Wembley and you're like, oh, it's meant to be your grand day out, right? But when you're obviously one of the bigger clubs and you've been to Wembley in finals years before, or going to see yourself go to Wembley again, obviously no disrespect to Sheffield United in that game, but like you're like, oh, well, this doesn't really have the same sort of effect. I understand why they do it because they want to make sure that people across all the leagues get to have a potential of experience Wembley, but like how many of those lower teams are likely to reach the semi-final anyway? It's 9 times out of 10, it's just the same clubs every single time. So it just
let's Kenneth, thank you so much for the super chat all the way from Emirates. Okay, stay safe, my friend. The Liverpool rep is depressing me too, and I'm a Liverpool fan. We had decent signings. We have a shit coach. Our players have been injured on rotation. We aren't stable.
I think you're making excuses there, by the way. I'm sorry. It sounds like you're making quite a few excuses. Like,
what do you mean? He's saying that the coach, Sal agrees with him. Sal thinks that it's all about the coach.
Players have been injured on rotation. We are not stable. Like we've had loads of players that have been fit, and the manager's chosen not to play them because he wants to play his boys. Like, wants to play his little Dutch contingent. Like there's a just go and have a look at the numbers of when Cody's played and Wirtz has not played in that position. Go and have a look at the numbers. It's like night and day. Like we have one of the worst attacks in the entire league. Like, we are so badly coached. There's no patterns. Like that Brighton game. Did anyone actually think that we were actually going to score another goal against Brighton? That was a 12:30 kickoff, by the way.
I need to be better.
12:30 kickoffs, by the way.
Not when you brought on
That's another thing.
Curtis Jones for
feel good, and we're also really bad when we come back after an international break under Slot. Yeah. That's also something that doesn't fill me with any confidence.
Now, Mac, look, we get it, your pants, but can you beat City tomorrow? Because you can't. No. You can't. This is insane. What?
No. I think they will. I think you're going to beat City, mate. 2-1.
No,
you don't believe that, Sal.
Come on, the most.
You don't believe that. You're a joker.
The game where
no. I do. I think it's going to be tight. Then, I'm not going to. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, mate.
I think this is the game that Haaland's going to wake up from his slumber and he's going to go, oh, you know what? I'm actually a really good player and I can score goals. And I think he's going to wake up and I think we're just going to get annihilated.
Based on what, though? Why is he going to wake up? Just because it's you boys?
No, he's been asleep since he can eat for the World Cup. I know his game.
All you can eat at Liverpool.
Salah's going to wake up tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. Believe Salah's going to wake up. Go on,
Mick. Passing him the ball? Mo, who's passing him the ball?
Salah's going to wake up.
Who's going to give him the ball?
Hold on. Don't you have McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones? What happened to these players?
Well, Curtis Jones has done something wrong, so he doesn't play anymore. Like,
he's had a bust up with Slot, you can tell.
There because of Arne, because of what happens with Liverpool. I don't know why. Like,
you have Ekitike who's bowling.
Szoboszlai's been rinsed all season, and he also got rinsed in those two Hungary games. So
Szoboszlai's getting the Rodri treatment this year.
Like, seriously, like.
Bro, I'm waking at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow to watch the game, and then you're telling me don't wake up. It's a wrap.
Always bad. When
it's 6:30 in the morning for me here, guys, and then it's 6:30 in the morning.
Mo, what do you think happens then?
Nah. I think City win, but I don't think it's as bad as Max said. Here's the difference.
I agree.
Speaking, I think City will win, right? Because it's at the Etihad, it's just illogical. But the way Max saying, it's like he's making it as Man City are playing a League One team or a championship team. It's still Liverpool Football Club with the Van Dijks, with the McAllisters. Like, you showed up against Arsenal, you showed up against other teams. Why it looks like you are just going to be ripped apart by Man City? And is this the same Man City that we saw against Spurs or we saw against Nottingham Forest? Because Man City won against Arsenal in the cup final, which is the cup final, are we assuming that Man City will turn up every game like they played against Arsenal? Also, Arsenal were dog shit in that game. Are we now changing? Are Man City now favorites for the cup and the league then now? Because they're going to smash Arsenal again then?
Where are we getting this Liverpool form from, Mo? Like, where is this Liverpool form coming from? Like, tell me, because I remember the last games we played. We played Brighton and we scored off a defensive error, and that was it, by the way. And then we got our asses ripped apart by a 40-year-old and a 34-year-old in midfield, in James Milner and Gross, who completely dominated our midfield. They brought Matoma on, and he just ran circles around us, and they played a 34-year-old up front, and he scored 2 goals. Danny Welbeck. Be embarrassed about that. Be embarrassed about that.
I think most point though, Man City.
Is that the same City? Is that the same City that
aren't slapping anyone up?
Hold on.
Being amazing on Galatasaray at home, who are basically a load of bums.
We're not saying anything, Mac. We're not saying anything.
And had to go to for a career.
I'm not saying we should be favourites. I'm not saying that.
It's more City's form as well, though. City not slapping anyone.
Hold on.
They're second in the league. They've just won a
City
cup.
drew at home against Forest.
They've still got two more cup competitions. They can still win 2 trophies this season. They've already won one. Like, they've got Pep and Linders, who knows exactly how to play against our right back.
This is
knows exactly how to play against our right back.
To be honest with you,
I've got no hope.
If the fans think like this and the players think like this, that's pathetic. It's pathetic. Imagine if the players listen to the fans, they have no hope. Why would they turn up?
Have you seen their performances though? They look like they've got no hope. That's kind of the issue.
And Konate's recent interviews, the players have no hope. Like, Konate turned round and said, "We should be really happy that we won 1 Premier League." Like, shut up, Konate. We should be winning more Premier Leagues. Like, don't just throw in the can because we won 1. Oh, we should be happy with winning 1. And Dominic Szoboszlai, oh, we'd be really lucky if we got into the Europa League. Yeah, thanks for that, Dom. That's filling me with loads of confidence with you being a Liverpool captain. Fuck off. What are we doing here? Like, seriously. Like, has anyone been watching Liverpool this season? Like, we've literally conceded more goals this season than we have in 2 previous seasons together. Like, we are a pile of shite. And this manager,
I've seen you lose to Bristol City at home.
I've also got to carry the can. Sorry,
I've seen you lose to Bristol City at home. You know, anything can happen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
I was there when Graham Souness lost that game, mate.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah.
So what you saying,
can happen.
Tomorrow you get slapped up 4-0 or 5-0? What, Matt? What's happening tomorrow? 4-0 or 5-0?
3-1. 3-1.
Because you're talking like it's 4 or 5.
No, 3-1.
We don't have the facilities to score 4 or 5, but like cap it at 2, and then maybe what the correct score
is stat padding, you know.
Bro, Liverpool will beat City. Liverpool gets FA Cup.
Oh, we're a cup team now. Well done.
To be fair, Salah hasn't actually cashed in his annual goal against City this season yet. So he hasn't.
That's true. That's true. It's coming. Maybe we get a penalty.
What?
Maybe we'll get a penalty for a rash goalkeeping error by Donnarumma or something.
It'll be Trafford in net. So
Port Vale speak with more confidence against Chelsea than you speak against Manchester City. Southampton have more confidence in this. Are Liverpool that bad for real? They are bad. They are bad, okay? But the thing about it, I don't think that City are magnificent. Like, I don't think Arsenal even are magnificent. Like, okay, this was the old City, or this was the old Arsenal, or this was Arsenal that were like scoring 3-4. Yeah, I would say yes. Liverpool are gonna get fair and square. They got beat. You know what I mean? City haven't been fantastic. We watched City against Real Madrid. We watched City against Forest. We watched City against Spurs. They aren't magnificent. No team is amazing in the league. Yeah, you haven't been great, but come on. Like, City got beat against Man United as well. Like, it happens.
But when we talk about these City performances, though, right, and compared to some of the poor Liverpool performances, I feel like we still have more standout individual performers in these poor collective performances than Liverpool do. Because when Liverpool play bad, you just watch Dominic Szoboszlai play good, and that's about it.
Yeah, but I'm not assuming that Liverpool, after the break, will come back and there will be no hunger, they will be down. I'm assuming the guys, for Salah as well, after the announcement, I believe that Liverpool will be hungry. Liverpool will be hungry. I believe that. And I'm not saying they're going to beat City.
You don't think City are going to be hungry as well?
After the FA Cup, after the Carabao Cup, probably not as much as Liverpool. You know what I mean?
You don't think that's going to give them the confidence, you know, to go on?
I don't think you are. I'm not saying that Liverpool will go to the Etihad and win. I never said that. I never said this. I'm saying the way Max speaks, it's like it's 5-0. It's 5-0. It's a 4-0. It's a wrap. You know, like, that's my problem. My problem is, yeah, we have no hope. We have no players, as it's a championship team or a League One team. It's not.
It was 3-0 the last time we played there, by the way. So it's not like it's not like I'm far out. We got beat 3-0 the last time we played there, Mo. Like, it's not. This isn't beyond the realms of, like, I said 3-1. Like, I was giving ourselves a goal.
Fair enough. My man Kenneth said if Liverpool had time to train or plan, would have a chance. But City as well, all their players were international duty as well. It's not like City had a lot of time to train and practice. We'll see. I think City will win. I just don't think it's as... I'll come and raise my hand. If Liverpool got beat by 3+ goal margins, I'll raise my hand and say I was wrong, right? 3+ goal margins. But you aren't going to tell me here I was right if the game ends at 2-1 or a 3-1 or like City scoring at the end. I don't want anyone to come in like, I was right. No, it doesn't work like this, to be honest. But Isak being back doesn't help. Mac a little bit.
I can't bank anything on Isak. Like the guy's literally been out with a broken leg and a broken tibia like for the last 100 odd games. Like and by the way,
when he was fit, were you getting him the ball?
How is he going to score any goals when no one ever passes it to him? Like the guy has less than 15 touches a game. Like we don't even know how to play with him. Like never mind. Put all the pressure on him to score all the goals, and Arnie comes out and says that. Oh well, you know, if we had Isak, we'd be doing much better. Make that make sense because the guy doesn't get the ball passed to him. Like there's no attacking patterns which get Isak the ball anyway. And if you look at all the previous games when he was fit, the guy didn't touch the ball. Like he was like a traffic cone. Like the only reason Ekitike is doing anything is because he picks the ball up in midfield and goes, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to have a go. I'm going to have a go because like no one else does. Like I get it. I'm sounding depressed and I'm sounding like we've got no hope. But what makes you think we have any? Like, I'd love to know where all this optimism comes from because I haven't seen anything that makes me think that we're going to win any cup competitions. We didn't win any last season, by the way. We got beat by PSG that Arnie keeps on
he doesn't shut up about that one, like, to be fair.
Just reinventing history and saying that was a good game away to PSG when we should have been hammered 5-0 if it wasn't for Ali having the game of his life. And at home, we still got beat on penalties. And then we turned up for Newcastle in the final. Well, did we turn up? I mean, Chiesa turned up and scored, but we were shit against them. Like, so what makes you think he can even do anything in a cup? What makes you can even win a cup final? Because he's not done it with us before. Like, seriously, like this guy is terrible at everything. Terrible at everything. So, no, I don't think we're going to beat Manchester City. Like,
I thought he's better than I thought he's a good manager because he won the league last season.
No, Mo Salah's a good player because he won the league last season.
Past failures.
Don't go there, mate. Don't go there, mate.
Past failures.
Don't go there, mate. Don't go there.
Listen, I said that last season. I said, but
look, do the numbers.
Okay, before I do the super chat, Ariz, I'm sorry, Ariz. I'm gonna do the.
We finish 11.
I appreciate the support.
Last season.
I'm gonna do the support. Absolutely, you're right. Without Mohamed Salah,
Ekitike out of this team
but
this
hold
season.
on.
We're 14th. We're 14th.
Liverpool, but you cannot deny that Arne Slot last season gotten the best out of McAllister. I've gotten the best out of Konate. I've gotten the best out of Gravenberch. Gravenberch looked like a world beater until you won the league. Playing Diaz as a striker. We're not gonna listen. I don't think Arne Slot is a great coach. But I'm not going to sit here and deny what the work he did last season. I'm not going to sit here and be like, listen, similar for Maresca. You can say Maresca is not a great coach, but you're not going to sit here and say everything Maresca did is terrible, like what some fans do. That's false, right? He might be not good enough for Chelsea. Like, we cannot sit here and deny that last season, some of the Liverpool players played at a very high level to help Mohamed Salah get these goals. Van Dijk had an amazing season. Konate had a world-class season. That's also down to coaching, positioning, everything, right? I'm not going to deny him this because he's having a bad season now. There's a lot of coaches that had great seasons and then they fell off completely, right? So I'm not going to deny him this. Arne Slot, yes, Mohamed Salah carried your team for going forward and he was fantastic. Arne Slot did some good stuff. He did some good stuff last season. Was it a continuation of Jurgen Klopp? It might be. But we're not going to say that, yeah, it was passed to Salah. Yeah, yes. But your defense looked much better. And Salah doesn't defend. As far as I know, Salah isn't a defender. until game week 30, Liverpool were on par with Arsenal in terms of the numbers of goals scored against them. Until you gave up at the end and then you went to Ibiza and all this stuff. It's not. I disagree with you.
Can you do me a favor? No, can you?
I'm gonna share your screen. I'm gonna share your screen. I'm gonna share your screen.
That up.
Yes. Past failures doesn't guarantee future failure. This is a low take. Liverpool have the quality to turn up against City. Did against Arsenal. It's a 50-50. I don't think it's a 50-50 Aries because it's at the Etihad. But I agree with you. You have the quality. If it wasn't for a stupid error by Liverpool and Alisson in that penalty, Liverpool could have drawn against City. Could have won even against City. Right? In the game. So, like, to talk like Liverpool have zero quality is ridiculous, in my opinion. It's ridiculous.
Mo, do you think it's 50-50?
No, I don't. And I just
hold on. Do you think it's 50-50 if it was played at a neutral ground?
If it was playing at Anfield, I would say
no, not Anfield. No. At neutral ground.
No, I would still think that City are going to be 60-40. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Max. No one's backing you, but I'm backing you. I think.
But
60-40 is not the same as 100-0, isn't it, bro? Max talking 60, like it's 100-0.
Yes, 60-40 if in your neutral ground. Being at the Etihad, probably it's 75-25. Max is talking like they should not even go to the game.
The problem that we've got is because we've listened to 45 minutes of Mac talk about Liverpool like they're scumthorpe, he's inadvertently glowing up Man City like they're one of the best teams around. Like
he hasn't mentioned City that much though.
No, he doesn't have to. Do you get what I'm saying? The way he's but when you talk about Liverpool like that, and he's saying we got no chance, you're inadvertently also saying City are going to come. They're going to slap Liverpool. He's given Liverpool 0% chance tomorrow. The only way in a cup tie you've got 0%. Your team has a 0% chance is if you're going up against a beast that's 100 times better than you, right?
Well, I did say that
that City ain't been seen for a while. It's not. Apart from the Carabao Cup final second half where Arsenal was shit, you can't sit there and go give yourself Liverpool no chance. You're not going up against the treble winners. You're not going up like you.
Well, they were.
You're inadvertently blowing up City. Yeah. Hey.
They were treble winners.
Not many of the players in the squad that are actually going to start the game were, though, to be fair.
They're not currently.
Okay, let me bring up what Max said.
Have you got Kepa in goal?
Have we got Kepa in goal?
No, Man City got Kepa. Have they got like a Kepa in goal?
Mac, what is this?
Mac? Saves in that Arsenal game. What is this? The thing on the Mo Salah, like last season, yeah, he sent that post the season before when it finished. That's why we know that Mo Salah won us the league last season. That's why we know, because he told us he was going to do it. And he did. Like, there's walking the walk and talking the talk. And this guy's done it. Like, he was the only one that came out and said, we let you down. Like Jurgen's last season, we let you down. We weren't good enough. We didn't win any trophies. We didn't compete like we should have. And he said, I will do it the next season. Well, whoopee-doo. What did he go and do? He went and did it the next season. Like, just people just like seriously, like the revision on this guy is ridiculous. Like he was involved in like 93% of everything we did last season. Like, if you took him out of the league, we would have finished 11th. Like, he was that influential in all the big games, all of the big games. Like we go away and we play dreadful against Bournemouth. We win 2-0. Mo Salah scores both the goals. Like, he was just that important.
To be honest with you, I think what Mohamed Salah did last season is the best ever individual season in the history of the Premier League, in my opinion.
Ridiculous.
I don't think there's anybody
how good he was.
That's done what Mohamed Salah did.
Beyond. Go and watch a montage of what he did.
No, but I don't think there's anybody in the history of the Premier League has done what Salah did, because it ended up winning the league. Because when Thierry Henry had the record, Arsenal didn't win the league. Arsenal they were second. So to do what you do and win the league at the end, that's the achievement. But I'm not discounting that he wasn't playing with 11 wooden sticks. You know what I mean? It's not
exactly
like
right.
he was playing
so
with
the Suarez season was better, in my opinion. I think the Suarez season, he was the Suarez season. Yeah, that Suarez season was insane.
No,
Dude,
I agree with Neil.
If Gerrard doesn't slip, Suarez wins that Liverpool team a title against City. I mean, dude, that Liverpool team was shit.
That was also the season at the beginning when he was like suspended, right? And he
missed 7 games for having a bite out
his
of
numbers
Ivanovic.
were crazy.
Bro, it's not the numbers that I test. He was single-handedly dragging a shit Liverpool team.
No.
Saw what happened.
Suarez, one of my favorite players. But you have to look at the context. Most of the goals that got us 1-0 up in games, they weren't scored by Suarez. They were scored by Sturridge, or they were scored by Raheem Sterling. Like, you need to go and look at that back. Like, seriously. Suarez was amazing,
bro.
But he was
assisting
bully against all the shit teams.
Bro, what?
Which is why you signed Gyökeres. That's the reason why you signed Gyökeres.
Suarez was phenomenal that
This
season.
guy, bro,
you needed a flat track bully against the shit teams.
He missed like 8 games because of suspension or 7 games. He scored like 34 goals in 31 games. Then he was assisting or pre-assisting SNS. Like, there's no...
Sturridge and Sterling were the ones that scored the important goals that got us the 1-0s.
Suarez was the guy that was running the show, like even if he wasn't getting the GA, bro.
3 against whoever, like... Seriously.
So does it discredit
Suarez Sterling and Sturridge ahead of that Suarez?
No. All I'm saying is you can't put it all down to Suarez. Like, but you can with Mo. Like, you literally can with Mo. Like, you put it all down to Mo. Because if he's not scoring,
I can't put it all down.
Suarez was ridiculous. Suarez was ridiculous.
It's an insane. But the reason why that Liverpool team was so shit.
Yeah, but the reason why I pick. Okay, but the reason why I pick Mohamed Salah is not only because of the involvement. It's because Mohamed Salah was the top goal scorer, top assister, top big chances created in the league. Like, he was top in every single, not only for his team. Like, Mohamed Salah was, if it wasn't for the donkeys that played at Liverpool last season, with all due respect to everyone that's saying Diaz was great and Nunes was this and pressing, if Mohamed Salah had a proper forward last season, right, he would have had 25 assists to 30 assists.
You can say that, Mo. You can say that though, because that Salah season last season, he's playing with the better players. As Neil said, Suarez was playing with pretty much shitty players.
Better players. What do you mean?
Just Alexander Arnold, isn't it? That's the only one.
That's better players. Yeah. He had Nunes and Diaz and Jota in and out of the team for the rest of the season as strikers. Cody Gakpo was in and out of the team. Their playmaker was Dominic Szoboszlai with 5 goals. And he had 4 assists. That's the whole season. We are talking about an attack that without Mohamed Salah, they would have finished 10th. Because their defense would have been the same. But without Salah, Neil.
Got a left back of a washed Robbo and a Simicast.
Neil,
an incredible season.
I want you to understand something. You can do goal scoring and everything, but what's your explanation for chances created and big chances created in the league? And assists. It's like, okay, Mohamed Salah scores a lot of goals, okay? So who created the chances for Liverpool? Mohamed Salah. Who had the assists for Liverpool? Mohamed Salah. Who did everything? Mohamed Salah. Attacking wise, he did everything. Everything.
It's not a wild take, Mo, to say that Salah season wasn't top.
It's not a wild take. And I hear it's a debate about Luis Suarez. It's a debate. Yes, I agree with you. Luis Suarez had a fantastic season. It was ridiculous.
When you have that foundation and you have the likes of Trent, who was supplying a lot for Salah in space, like it wasn't like Suarez was having to pick up the ball absolutely everywhere, like Salah was having to pick up the ball everywhere like Suarez was, and having to feed in players that don't forget, by the way, he's feeding in like a Raheem Sterling that was 17 years old. I'm not discrediting Salah by saying Suarez had a better season. I'm saying that season from Suarez was wild, because when you've got a foundation with Alisson and Virgil van Dijk, and then Gravenberch having the season he did at the 6 last year, it's easier for Salah to receive the ball in more aggressive plays where he's actually got teams on the back foot, that he has space to create chances as well. That's not taken away from Salah, but Suarez had to be everywhere, like absolutely everywhere that season. And again, I am going on memory, and fair enough, it was 10, 11 years ago, but from memory, I just don't remember seeing a season like, and I'm not sure if Salah quite got there. Dude, chances created, absolutely. But he still had a foundation behind him. He still had Trent supplying him behind him. He still had a rock solid foundation behind him. And he also had a league where every other side was shit. Arsenal dropped 15 points from the previous season. Man City dropped 20. And Man United were crap. They were 15. Spurs were nowhere. Chelsea was shit as usual. Villa, nowhere. Like, guys, we have to take that into account as well. Arsenal and City dropped off so far that there was only one team that could have won the league last season. So again, context. Listen, it could be number 2 for me. I don't know. I'd have to think it through. Ronaldo season, insane. I've seen insane on seasons as well.
Where would you rank Haaland in 23? Because obviously we had like nuts players in there feeding him like De Bruyne, like Mahrez.
I have it behind like the Ronaldos and the Suarez's and the Henrys and the Salahs. I do, because he did have the De Bruyne's behind him. But
because I don't think that's the best City season.
I've got to go, Mo. All right, mate. I'll catch you later.
Mine probably is in the 13-14 season. 13-14, because I've never seen a player for City be as unplayable virtually every game as Yaya in that season.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah,
it was sick. Yaya was sick.
It was
he ultimately don't go to that Haaland season for some reason, but Haaland should get credit for that season. Like, he should be in the debate for like top five seasons, Premier League seasons ever. He has to be in the debate. How many goals did he score? 38.
He scored, I want to say it was 36 in 35. No, wait, what did?
Didn't he bust the record, bro? He bust the record.
And in all comps, across all competition, I think it was 53 in 52 games. And I want to say he scored 36 in the league, 35 maybe.
That's the most, isn't it? No one scored in the Premier League season.
If we weren't on for the treble, I think he would have got more in the league as well. Because as soon as we won the league, he didn't do anything in the league. And neither did any of our players. We got really poor results, obviously, after the league was wrapped up. So I think if we weren't on for the treble and we're out of the Champions League, I think he would have probably reached 40 league goals, which is mad.
Yaya Toure, 20 goals for midfield as well.
No, he was unplayable.
Yeah, but prime Yaya as an argument for being one of the best, if not the best midfielder in Premier League history.
Definitely, yeah.
His peak was just disgusting. But
couldn't stop him. Couldn't stop him once he got the ball.
Because of like the way he ran as well, he'd run in such a nonchalant fashion that everything he did looked so easy.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think Yaya Toure and Paul Pogba are two of the most complete midfielders I've seen in my life. Right? The problem is coaches and timing at the club just let them down. Because I think Pogba, I don't think I've seen someone as talented, as physical as Yaya Toure in the middle, in my opinion. Like, he got everything. He can defend, run, score, shoot, assist, dribble, do like flicks and tricks. I think Yaya Toure is a ridiculous talent from God that wasted by Pep Guardiola, to be honest with you, in my opinion. It's one of the things I will never forgive Pep for, is telling him and actually not utilizing him well. So, because he could have.
He can play in so many positions as well. Played in the defense from the Champions League final.
In the Champions League
it's
final.
Depressing.
He's complete, man. He is complete. Not as complete as Gerrard for me, but he's complete. He's almost as complete. But his peak is just disgusting, man. His peak was, like you said, unstoppable.
I just want to go to the Luis Suarez thing before we end. At that season, Daniel Sturridge had 22 goals, 7 assists. Steven Gerrard in that season had 26 GA, 13 goals. Bro, it was ridiculous, to be honest with you.
How many penalties?
Raheem Sterling had 9 goals.
How many penalties did Suarez score?
I need to go check.
How many penalties did Suarez score? No, you do know. The answer is 0. He never took the penalties, right? Gerrard's would have been penalties, free kicks, probably. It wouldn't have.
It's like Andy Cole, though, isn't it? Andy Cole never
34 goals in 31 games.
I think Suarez will always
31 goals, actually.
Sturridge and Sterling were in as well.
He's got 30.
Neil, Andy Cole.
31. 31 is right in front of me in the league. 31.
Andy Cole, bro, disrespected, man. Andy Cole.
I was saying that yesterday. Andy Cole is one of the names that people don't mention with Harry Kane and Alan Shearer. And I'm like, and Haaland is disrespectful. Let me do this so we can go to Chelsea. If I was a coach tomorrow, would have a chance. Maybe Kenneth. Maybe. Cristiano Ronaldo in 08 was performance stats. Salah was numbers. So this is the lie again, because if you go to Salah's last season, if you're talking about numbers, to create a chance, you have to have a good pass. That's what you're running with narrative, right? Because you can say that scoring goals is a tap in, I'm tapping in the ball here, I'm getting at the end of the chance. So if Salah was only numbers last season, how did he create it? To create a chance, you have to have a good pass, you have to have vision. That's what's performance, right? I'm not saying that Salah is Cristiano Ronaldo, but to reduce Salah to the numbers, especially for last season, is disingenuous. It's disingenuous. I disagree with you completely, because you can say you can say Haaland in 22-23 was numbers, right? Because he had not a lot of assists, because he didn't create a lot of chances. But to reduce Salah to numbers is ridiculous. I've never known a player that gets downplayed like Salah. Suarez was ridiculous, but we got to stop this with Salah. It's disgusting now. I agree with you, Tevin. It is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And I think it's a narrative that is running from the media, leading by Jamie Carragher, who doesn't like Salah, who likes to big up his mates from England and his mates from Scotland and his mates, and he doesn't like to big up Salah because he wasn't saying this last season.
He should have won the Ballon d'Or last season.
I don't think so, because Liverpool got schooled in the Champions League, so I don't think he should have won the Ballon d'Or.
Why? Hold on, just on this though. Why is this a slight on Salah? If we're talking about the best Premier League seasons of all time, and he's in the conversation, where's the disrespect?
It's not that, because every time you're looking at the media now, Salah is not even top 5, not top 10 in the Premier League history players, and I'm like, what can the guy do?
But again, people will go off of players that they think are more enjoyable to watch, and I think that's why players like Salah and Haaland.
And I think that's disingenuous, because Salah, if you look at the comp of Salah, Salah can dribble. Salah dribbled. He's not Hazard. He's not Messi to dribble, right? But it's so disrespectful to say that Salah. They treat Salah as Calvert-Lewin. That's what they want to say. No, he's Calvert-Lewin.
But didn't Sky Sports, like mainstream media, they do rate Salah? Didn't they just do a piece when he last week? They were like,
where did you see that people haven't put him in top 5? I haven't seen.
Apart from Jamie Carragher, but like,
yeah. I mean, there was a couple. Paul Scholes didn't. Of course,
Paul Scholes didn't.
Yeah.
Ian Wright didn't. Ian Wright didn't.
Oh, wow.
They didn't.
But the MSM outlets, the mainstream media outlets, are rating Salah. So you got to take you've taken a couple of players from like
yeah, but this is the mainstream media, one of the most watched.
Yeah,
I think is the overlap, right? If the main pundits in that podcast don't put him, that I will say that is just.
Well, not all of them. Not all of them didn't put him. Not all of them didn't put him, and then you've got other mainstream media outlets that did rate Salah. So, I don't know, Mo. Like I know. Like, listen, I'm on your side in terms of Salah. I'll rate him. He's on. If he's not on he's top 5 Premier League players of all time for me. But I think a lot of mainstream media outlets have this as well.
So yeah, Suarez had a better season apart from stats. I think you're being disingenuous now. Salah last season, I don't know why you're just bringing up the stats. I don't get it. You're disrespecting Salah, Aris, by saying this, in my opinion, because you're saying that he didn't perform. It was just that. It's disrespectful, in my opinion. It's disrespectful. Okay. Mo, next season, he said Mikel Arteta will be less safe. He won't, because he saw Slot did this season. Have you ever thought about this, Neil?
Yeah, go on.
Have you ever thought about this? That he will be less safe? Because I was listening to Turkish and Jurrien Bryan and what's the other guy's name? James. I was listening to the podcast on Turkish channel, and all of them were at the game, and they came from the game that night, and they were discussing it. And James said something that it's stuck in my head. He said, even if we win the league next season, if we're going to be on edge like this, I might want to see a change next season in manager. If we win the league, even if we win the league, he said he didn't say he wants to see. He said, I might doubt that he's the guy to lead the team next season, Mikel Arteta, if he keeps doing these things in games like the big games. Because for you to win now the Champions League, you have to be a little bit more in the big games. It's his opinion, and I'm not saying otherwise. I'm saying it got stuck in my head. If there's another coach, my point, Neil, if there's another coach out there, and I don't think there is, right, that is available, that will play more attacking football and will get results, would you take that coach?
But Mo, we have to preempt here. There's variables, right? So what you're saying, and I get exactly where you're coming from, because there's a chance that obviously if Arteta wins the league this way, he'll double down and play like this, right? But there's no guarantee. It may seem likely, but there's no guarantee that Arteta will double down and play more conservative football, because that's how he won the league title. Common sense says he might do, but we have seen a wide range of play from Arteta, right? A couple of seasons ago, he was playing more expansive football. Now he's gone more conservative. So I guess the question is, Mo, if I ask you, are you guaranteeing that Arteta, if he wins the league this way this season, he's going to go even more conservative, or at least stay the same way? Or do you think he'll actually loosen up? I'm going to tell you something. Playing different football.
I actually think he's going to play a little bit more expensive, because I don't think
I back that as well.
If you're right, then if both of you boys are right, then why would I change a coach?
Yeah, but hold on.
I do think though
Can I say something, Nathan?
I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
Sorry, but I think, can he win the league being more expensive? So I'm gonna ask everyone here on the panel. So imagine if next season there are teams that play more expensive football, and the league is not as because the whole league is very hard this season. It's one of the toughest seasons I've seen, like this season, in terms of winning games. It's one blip this season and you lose the game. Look at Chelsea against Leeds. You look at Liverpool again. Like, this season is one of the toughest leagues to play. Look at even Man City against Spurs and Chelsea. But I believe that next season, maybe the league will not be as hard as now, and teams will be able to win more games. Do you guarantee that Arteta, if he plays more expensive football, he will win the league next season?
I think so.
I can't guarantee it, dude.
I think he'd be more likely, and I think the reason he'd be more likely to win the league now, playing the same way he played in 2023, obviously compared to then, is experience. You've then got a team full of winners, because that does make a huge difference. Managing a team full of winners against managing a team full of inexperienced young players makes a difference. Because did Arsenal fall flat in 2023, the first year they started challenging for the league, because of the style of football they were playing, or was it because of the inexperience of going to that level from most of the players in the squad? Because I would say it was the latter.
It's 100% inexperience, dude. We were so young and we didn't have a big enough squad.
Exactly. So it was never the style of play. It was never, ever the style of play. Because even when you've come into this new style of play, right, you still see things of inexperience, of the fact that although they're nearly there, you're nearly there, they're still not winners. So you still need to get over the line to fully get rid of that mental block. So I don't think it was ever about, he played attacking football, and that's why he didn't win the league against Pep Guardiola. And if it now turns to, he's won the league because he's played more conservative football, is it not just because he's been able to gel this team together, a core together, and sort of raise their levels up, raise their experience up, raise their confidence up to a point where they can win the league? Because if he played this way in 2023, the outcome's still the same, in my opinion.
But the thing is, to answer your question, Mo, and I get what you're saying, Nate, but to answer your question, Mo, can he win the league playing expensive football? If you're saying the league is going to become a bit easier, in quote unquote, in terms of playing more expensive football next season, the question is, can you guarantee it? No, I can't guarantee it. But I do think with the pace and power of Saliba and Gabriel, if the league becomes more expansive, who's going to get caught on the we'll get caught on the counter more than because we never got caught on the counter this season because of the way we play football. But if we play more expansive, we'll be a little bit more exposed, Mo. But what other back line is going to be able to handle playing more expansive football and potentially being more vulnerable on the counter? Surely it's the team that has Saliba, Gabriel and Timber and David Raya and Declan Rice. Like I actually think that.
Yeah, but that won't be the team. But that's the whole point. It won't be the team. He's not going to play expensive football with having Timber, Hincapia, Declan Rice.
Okay,
but it won't be the team.
But Saliba and Gabriel will still be the team. Still be the centre backs, right? So therefore you have to.
But can I ask you something? Have we ever seen Saliba and Gabriel? So I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah,
a question that I asked many times. Have we seen Saliba and Gabriel play similar to how Pep Guardiola plays, with a little bit of an isolated defending for a whole game, one-on-one defending for like 80 minutes or something? Have we ever seen them play like this? Or there was always a protection with the system and the way you retreat, which is, I admire it. The way the defensive transition of Arsenal is the best in the world, right? Your structure is phenomenal, right? But we have never seen you play 80 minutes on the front foot and be hit on the counter all the time.
But that doesn't mean
I disagree with what you're saying.
Doesn't mean they can't do it.
And you can't say you haven't seen it.
But I don't know if they can do it or not because I've not seen it.
But okay, but for half a season or for a good part, a third of the season, especially the back end, 23-24, you saw us playing more expansive football. We were slapping teams up. We were open. We were more open. And I will ask you this: who had the best defense in the league that year? It was us. 23-24, when we took it to the final day, we had the best defense in the league. So I can't guarantee it, Mo, but if we do become more expansive, we've had the best defense in the league for the last, 3 seasons? It'll be 4 now. Or was it 3? Yeah, 3-4 seasons. So yeah, if we do play more expansive football, Mo, I can't guarantee it. But I still think, based on what I'm seeing around me with City, the transition out of Pep, or if he's staying or not staying, Liverpool, Chelsea, United. I mean, United could be a threat, but they've got to play 2 games a week. You fancy Arsenal?
I think actually that, by the way, all of this discussion, people, it was a response to the super chat that was saying what guarantees that Arsenal play next season. It's not my opinion in how Arsenal will play because I don't know how Arsenal will play next season. I don't. Nobody knows because it depends on the players they get. So nobody knows. But I think the solution for Arsenal is to stay to play the same exact way you play, but having Mavericks in the front line. That is my opinion. Because I want you to imagine having someone like a Harry Kane or a Julian Alvarez, or someone like a Ousmane Dembele, or a Desiree Doué, or a Michael Olise. Someone like these guys. You get my point here. I think my problem is the way you play with your attacking line that is not Eucharist isn't the guy that will do a Harry Kane. Isn't the guy that will create for himself. You know what I mean? He will need someone to create. But imagine if you play this amazing brand, which I think Arsenal brand of football, in terms of tactics, is very good in terms of like, it's a way of winning games, right? That's why you win a lot of games. My problem is, your attack cannot rely on themselves to make things happen when you're compact and your midfield retreated. So I want you to imagine having the same midfield, but having Harry Kane in the front and a Desiree Doué or a Kvaratskhelia, a front line of Saka, because you're not going to bench Saka, a Harry Kane and a Kvaratskhelia. That will bang.
But it might bang, but only if he... Okay,
it might bang, it will bang.
But what if... No, it might bang because if Arteta doubles down on playing like he did this season because it won him the league, if we end up winning the league, then how do you know that you can't guarantee that the front line will bang because maybe the structure is greater than any one player, right?
These guys will deliver.
He's got guys. He's got guys in this 11 that did bang 2 years ago, bro. So, but they're not banging anymore. None of them are banging.
The last time Martinelli had a good season was 22-23. What are we doing here? It's 3 years ago.
No, but I think the issue is with Arsenal as well on the front line.
23-24. You think Havertz can create for himself? You think Havertz is closer to... I'm talking about Harry Kane here. I'm talking about Rafinha. I'm talking about Lamine Yamal, Dembele level. I'm talking about
I know. I get what you're saying. But if you whack them into the current Arsenal, how do you know that the structure isn't going to be greater than... Yeah, look, chances are they will bang.
Chances are they will create for themselves, right?
Chances are they will. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you I don't want these players. Of course I do, but if Arteta doubles down and goes even same as conservative as this season, or even more conservative, then you there's more doubt in what you're saying. It's not 100%. It's maybe like 80%, if that makes sense.
What do you guys think?
I think Arsenal are finding a way to win, and I think they're just going to develop and evolve with that system. I don't think they're going to change too much. You can't change a winning formula. I think he's found a winning formula, and that's the way he's going to be. It's a bit like Jose Mourinho when he found that winning formula and he just played the way he played it, whether it was pragmatic or not, whether it was 1-0, he would take it. I think that's what Arteta is going to be, this kind of pragmatic, ruthless manager that wins games. And I think that's the most important thing. There's so many ways to win games, and I think he's winning games. He's scoring goals as well. You know, ain't Arsenal one of the top scorers in the league? Yeah. So I think that I think he's just going to evolve with what he's doing. If he brings in a striker, as Mo said, if he brings in a Doué or someone like that, someone of that ilks, you know, someone who could score goals, Ousmane Dembele or someone like that, bring one of them up front, then it's game over for me. I think Arsenal have got a good future in regards to that. And I think Arteta will carry on playing the same way, because if he changes and it goes wrong, what's going to happen? You know, it's going to be, and people are saying you shouldn't have changed the way you played, etc. You know, that's what I think about it.
But if we change, if we continue staying the same way, Sal, sorry to labour the point, and you bring in superstars like whoever you just mentioned, Doué or whoever, right? Like, because of the way we play, and I know there's people in the chat saying we don't play conservative football. I'll be honest, we do go side to side a lot at times, and it does get a bit pedestrian. Like, if we're being honest with ourselves.
So is that going to work?
So is that going to
world beaters that are demanding the ball 24/7 or wanting?
If we're not going to play between the lines, Nate, are they going to get the ball? Is my point.
Yeah.
I just think Arteta needs to be more brave, in my opinion. Like the game against Man City, I just felt that he sat back too deep. He was far too pragmatic in that game. I think he went over the top in that game. I felt it was not like Arsenal that I've seen over the season, the course of the season. I thought he went extra conservative. And I think that's the only concern for me with Arteta. He can be a little bit, I won't say cowardice, but a little bit negative sometimes and not believe in himself a little bit more.
He does panic. I'd say he panics, and it leads to him being a tad bit more shy in his approach to the game. And I think that is what happened at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final.
Exactly. That's my guy said.
Last point about, and then we'll move to Chelsea. Suarez was doing the impossible, scoring goals from everywhere in perfect attacking stats. Salah versus perfect attacker. Suarez also played fewer games. But remember, Salah had the most assists, the most chances created. And also, you're talking about fewer games. Salah did his numbers, and the league was wrapped by game week 30 or 32. Suarez had to play until the last game because there was still a hope for you to actually win the games. And also, I wouldn't compare any of your midfielders at that last season to Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard still had a magnificent season that season. So, for me, I actually think that is maybe. But listen, it's a conversation, Aris, at least. For Chelsea, moving on to Chelsea, Marcus is awfully quiet. It's been awfully quiet, yes.
He's building up.
There's no fucking build up.
Shit, bro. What's he going to build up?
That's true. I'm just dreading it coming to Chelsea. The talking point of Chelsea is like, for fuck's sake, same shit. Go on, Mo. You're going to talk about Enzo and him getting banned for a couple of games and how it's going to impact everything.
Was it Cucurella?
Yeah, I don't understand why Cucurella's not.
If Enzo's dropped, Mark, who plays?
Lavia.
Is he even fit?
That's an upgrade, bro. If he's fit. That's
how long though? How long into the game is he going to be fit for?
This is it.
25 minutes. But that will do. 25 minutes of Lavia is better than 60 minutes of Enzo. Now watch the chat blow up, innit?
To be fair, one of my best mates, he supports Chelsea, right? And I don't regularly watch Chelsea, but I'll tune into a few games. And anytime he raves about a player, I can usually see it. But with Enzo, I don't get. I think he's good, but obviously the price tag he came in for, I think I'm always clouded by that. Obviously, I see him do a nice little bit of box crashing here and there, passion and celebration. But am I watching a £100 million player?
No.
The same way when I'm watching Caicedo or Rice, like. So I think he's good, but I'll never be able to judge him fairly because of the money that was spent. Because I even remember when we signed Alvarez from River Plate, we tried to sign both him and Enzo at the same time for like a combined 30 million. And obviously River Plate told us to get fucked. You can have one. And then he went to Benfica and then bam, straight away they bumped the price up and you bought him for that 100 mil.
You can judge him fairly. Just judge him against like whether he's £100 million player or not.
No, but like he was never going to be £100 million player. So I don't think I'll ever be able to judge his ability fairly because I'm always just going to think he's shit, even if he's not shit because of how much like was paid for him. So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to judge him.
Everything
fairly.
that you're saying, it's all true though, isn't it? Like if you watch the majority, if you do watch any Chelsea games, he slows the game down. It doesn't actually have much impact in the game. What I will say is that almost every game, he does one little thing where he gets an assist, or as you say, crashes the box, gets a goal, and that kind of like covers everything up. But in the actual game, Neil and I've been saying it, he's not special at all. Like, I don't think that you can pay more than 60 million for him.
And he's
Chelsea
problematic as well.
And now we are seeing exactly he is problematic.
Well, we saw it before, didn't we, when he was doing his mad thing on the bus with Argentina. Like that's not somebody you want that's not somebody you want in your club, right? And if you are gonna put up with that behavior, that player has to be a world beater. Has to be a world beater to excuse that sort of behavior.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, he said what it is. He apologized. The team forgave him and he moved on. I mean, what else can you do? We're going to sell him and get 50 million for him,
though, aren't we? We're now back there to where he's saying stuff that he shouldn't be saying. Obviously, they're on two completely different spectrums, but he's saying stuff he should not be saying in the public light and expecting not to get any consequences of these actions.
He's a little prick,
consequences.
That's
he is a little prick. No, he is a little dirty little prick. But that's the thing. It's the consequences, right? I don't think that it's right that Chelsea had banned him for the next couple of games when their primary goal is to win the rest of the remainder of the games to get Champions League. I know that I said that, right? He doesn't have much impact in the game, but he still gets a goal and an assist pretty much every single game. And to ban him for the next couple of games, I think that's extremely dangerous. Yeah, we can put in Lavia. And I agree, it could be an upgrade. But Lavia, as you said, can last like what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Well, what was it? Was it a Champions League game he played for you where he played like 15 minutes and then was gone?
Yes. But that's how they do it.
If he's fit, it's unlikely he's gonna like get injured in the game. Well, I say that. I mean, he does get injured a lot. But
it won't be the shortest Chelsea appearance I'd ever see because I remember that.
But I need to ask the question that was asked.
I need to ask the question
that was asked, right?
Go on.
Is it right for them to suspend one of the most important players in their team when they have a cup game on the line and a Man City game? Yeah, and then a Man City game on the line. Is that stupid from them?
It is stupid. They should have handled it differently internally, but you still need to play him. He still needs to be at least available. It's a squad game.
The issue
we have a target.
Rosenior keeps trying to stamp his authority down, right? In these ways where he comes into the press conferences and he's trying to show that he's so smart and so down to earth. And then as soon as people start getting onto him, he's biting back. And now he clearly wants to now show that, I'm not a manager you want to mess with. So then he goes overboard with a suspension on a player where you've got no depth in that position. Like, what's the point? Like, okay, cool. Players might not step out of line for you now, but at what cost? Like, you might not even be here when a player next steps out of line. So what's the point?
I will add to that though. It's not guaranteed that it's Rosenior's decision to actually ban him.
Yeah.
because Chelsea coaches don't have much say in anything. So if I'm gonna pinpoint on whose fault it is that he's suspended, it's probably the higher up and Blueco and stuff, and that are dictating what Rosenior should say and what Rosenior should do. But at the end of the day, you're right, Mo. I don't think now is the time to show, that type of authority and to ban him for the next couple of games. It's just not the right time. But it is what it is. What can we do?
How bad is Chelsea for real? Like Palmer, Enzo, Kokorea. How bad is this project has gone? It's gone south, bro.
The problem is when they signed for Chelsea, they were sold a project. We are going to have the youngest team that can compete on all fronts. And it hasn't panned out that way, especially now that they got rid of Maresca and all. Obviously, yeah. And then a lot of them are pissed off that Maresca has gone, and then they see that Chelsea have hired some dimwit from wherever, France. So it's becoming a bit of a joke. Put yourself in the player's position. Yeah, if I'm Enzo Fernandez, maybe I would not have handled it like he would have. But I'll be looking to leave.
Do you know
clearly what? Chelsea are not looking to really.
You're lucky that you're like this now, not at the beginning of the season, because you would have been in the relegation problem right now. You're lucky you didn't have Rosenior.
The main issue I have with this Chelsea project is we were always told that you're going to buy these young players to flip them for a profit, which is perfectly fine, right? But then you sign Garnacho. And you're just kind of like, we know what Garnacho is about, and he's already allegedly leaked squads already and already causing a bit of havoc in the dressing room, right? But we know what Garnacho is about in the Premier League. Are Chelsea going to be able to flip Garnacho and make money on Garnacho?
But that's why they did purchase him. But that is actually why they did purchase him. If he performs, it's a great signing. If he doesn't, then they assume that, because he's so young, we can go ahead and flip him. Same thing with Jamie Gittins. Pay 55 million for him. He's so young. He's so raw. Let's see. Hopefully he comes good. If he comes good, it's going to look like a great signing. If it doesn't, we'll flip him. But all these players that they're trying to flip now because they have not performed at all, no one's going to pay like even 10 million for Gittins.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. It's like
someone will pay 10 million, Mark.
Oh, Port Vale can. Sure. They'll pay 10 million for him. But the only
what's the solution, mate? What do you think you got to do? What's the solution? Because you're not going to get rid of the ball. I know you got a protest against at the Man United game, hasn't it?
For me, there's one simple solution, and it's so simple. It's to get a sporting director who knows how to win and knows what it takes to build a squad, and you give him full authority, which means the incomings and the outgoings, which means hiring the manager needed for the specific project to succeed. This is the only thing I think that they need to do. Then the Blueco, the owners, they don't have any say in the way that the club is run. Still put in the money.
That's the only thing, Mark. You got to get rid of Rosenior, bro. You said that, did you or not?
No. Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That
it's
new
all kind of like
director
built
will have
into one. Yeah.
Give him full power. And I think it's going to fix all the problems because the board are not going to have a say. And that's the problem. And that's one of the biggest issues. And that's the problem sorted. In my opinion, that will be the best solution. Will it happen? We don't know. Now, there are some rumblings around Chelsea that in the summer, because now we have all of these Exodus talk, I've been saying that for months now. There's a reason why Reece James has signed a new contract, because he's actually sat down with the board and they've actually told him things are going to change. Whether that happens, we don't know. But what's going to happen is, in terms of the change, is that now they're going to start bringing in some experienced players. Of course, people can say to me, yeah, but this all talk. That's not going to happen. They're only there for the money. You're most probably right. But that's the only cling of hope which I have. I really want to see what happens in the summer. Will Chelsea actually go ahead and get experienced players to complement the young squad?
Because I always say,
who's going to want to come?
Who's going to
want to go there, bro? In the nicest sense, who the hell is going to want to go there?
Someone will always go there. You've got to think.
Exactly.
Like someone will always go there. Like,
I could say that about a Man U last year or 2 years ago. Who would want to go there?
But what level is that you're talking about there, Nate?
Well, I mean, even right, because there's
someone will want to go.
One of the things that I've seen recently is that we might sell Ake back to Chelsea, right? That actually does, right? And I'm not even taking the piss when I say this, right? He would actually improve their squad a lot, and not even just by playing football, just by having the experience at the back from someone that's been there, won it all, right? And has also been in the depths of hell of relegation. And he's done it all. Because I always think, who is one of Chelsea's most important signings in the most recent years? Thiago Silva every time. Obviously, Ake is not Thiago Silva's level of ability, right? But he still did a job against Arsenal. I was actually quite impressed about how he played against Arsenal. But his leadership and his experience put into a back line where you've got Chalobah, Fofana, Chilwell and players like this, right? Colwell even, sorry. Colwell. Even all these players that are so young, you know, it improves that massively, I think.
Yeah, but who's the guy that you're saying that's coming in as experienced?
Okay. He is linked.
I don't know. If I was Ake, man, I'd do everything I can to stay at City.
Yeah, but I think him and Stones, if he wants to play football, on from what I'm seeing, they're not in the plans to stay around the club. Obviously, Stones is, I think, 100%.
You know, all I can think of is one thing: there is 3 clubs that need to catch up to City and Arsenal, which is Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool. For some whatever reason, I think Chelsea are the furthest away. Which is, it's so. Even my tone has changed from the beginning of the season until now. Because I thought that Chelsea would take the extra step with Enzo Maresca, keep him, or even if Enzo Maresca leaves, he would hire someone like it doesn't have to be, you know, Luis Enrique, but it can be a Javi Hernandez. I thought that they would go for, I think they would go for someone like that. Going for Liam Rosenior, I think that is a disaster in my opinion.
But they tried to go for managers like that. Luis Enrique even had an interview.
It doesn't have to be Luis Enrique, though.
But I'm just giving you the example. None of these managers, Xavi Hernandez, they want to have a say in the income and the outgoing.
Look what happened to Pochettino, right? As soon as I think your project under Pochettino is about to kick on, he has a bust up with the board because they won't give him what he wants to succeed. So then you get Enzo. Oh, it's looking promising under Enzo again, right? He comes in as a head coach to get his foot in the door in Premier League football. Oh, Enzo wants some more, what is it, centre backs he wanted, so we can kick on with his project. Oh, you're gone, mate. So then they do finally bring in a yes man that will do whatever the owners say, and it's fine. But let's say Rosenior now does kick on, hypothetically, and gets Chelsea playing good football next season, and they're in a position where they can challenge for trophies, and he decides, oh, maybe I need some new wingers or a 9. They have a bust up, he's gone. That'll be the same thing every single time.
I think that the summer is going to be very interesting. I think all eyes are going to be on Chelsea to see what is going to happen with the players. Are Chelsea Football Club actually going to be able to sell it to the current crop of players? Hey, don't leave yet. It's coming, and we're going to prove it this summer by the signings that we're going to make. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see if Cole Palmer actually goes back to Manchester. We're going to see if Enzo goes to, and Cucurella goes to Barcelona, Enzo goes to Madrid, etc. We're going to see what type of players they're going to bring in. Let's see, and then we can really, for the last time, judge Blue Coast project.
Would Cole Palmer get in the Man United team, though?
Yeah, listen, sometimes it just requires a fresh start. Of course, he gets into your team.
Ahead of who?
Amad Diallo.
He doesn't.
Is he a right winger?
Doesn't.
Yeah, he can play off the right.
That's his best position. Is inside right. No. His best position is inside right, not right wing. Inside right.
Yeah, you play him
right
who
do you start right now, Ahmed or Cole Palmer?
I'll start Ahmed, Bruno, and Bremo
what?
Right now. At this moment in time, look, he's playing. No, until we play some Man United, I'm not going to judge. I will have to wait and see. He's a fantastic player, and I think that people writing him off is wrong. I'm just a little bit of tongue in cheek there, but I'm happy with Bruno. I think that Cole Palmer's a fantastic number 10. I believe. I think he'd be a fantastic number 10.
Wait, why? He hasn't played any decent games, in my opinion, as the 10. His best season, first season or season and a half, he played on the right-hand side.
I think the issue with Palmer is his best position on the pitch is so like unique, not unique, but like it's so specific, right? And you're not going to get that in every single team because, like you said, in the 10, he's not that great. And when he's wide right, where I saw him play a lot for City, so stiff, so stiff. And I mean, I even saw it when we played you and drew 1-1 under your caretaker manager. Palmer's hugging the touchline and he's doing absolutely nothing in the game whatsoever.
I think the biggest issue is
I've seen some good moments from him. So
they're few and far between, though, in itself. They're few and far between. The biggest issue is spade. Cole Palmer's been shit for 15 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing about that. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, that's a long time to be
for 100 million. It's a long time. Yeah. So 120 million.
For Man United, did anybody saying that Man United project is ahead of Chelsea next season?
Obviously, Mo. It's a bit of a situation coming from you. Come on, Mo.
Yeah.
You hit it.
Even with Carrick, Chelsea are the furthest away.
Yeah,
I think we're ahead.
By miles, by levels, 2 levels.
Yeah, I think it's the transfer philosophy. I think it's we got more freedom in regards to transfers, age, wages, etc. I think that's an advantage for us. And the caliber of players we're looking at. Now we're looking at some experience like Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton, Angelo Stiller. These kind of players that are experienced, not too young. They're not project players. They're ready to go, press play and ready to go. Chelsea are going to just buy another couple of young players and. It's inshallah, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's what they are. And,
Chelsea are looking down, not up.
Yeah, and we're looking up. Yeah, definitely.
Correct. And you're already ahead of them.
Thanks, Al.
No worries, bro. Anytime. I'm here. Just trying to bring a bit of positivity.
A lot of people don't believe in this, brother. A lot of people still believe that Chelsea have a better team, a better squad. Do they have a better team?
No, I've always thought Man United.
I think that's debatable.
I always thought United had a good team. I just thought Amarin was just doing some crazy stuff. Which
I don't think they backed Amarin properly, though, did they? They didn't back him with the fullbacks. They didn't back him with the midfield. And that was the problem. I felt that he was the wrong man for the job. I
mean, it's the same thing with Chelsea as well. With United, you're not gonna get managers because your board want a head coach, so you can't get these managers that want to play a certain style of play, and it has to be that style of play, and they have to get these certain players because it's not going to work. But if you get somebody that's okay to be a bit of a yes man and able to have a more expansive sort of caliber and arsenal of players that can do the job in his system and it's not too specific, you're going to get results. But if you go for someone that needs X, Y, and Z in this position, Ross, it's not going to work. Chelsea and United are always going to fail in that regard.
Sal, I think a lot of it goes down to, because Mark has got a point now, it could actually be quite close, but I think the fact that you've stumbled upon a keeper that looks like pretty calm, pretty chill, pretty fucking decent, it's suddenly like you don't look a calamity at the back anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
I like these kind of signings. Selling Le Mans has been a dream.
He's been quality, mate.
Unbelievable.
I don't know.
Is it just this is Man United. This is where Man United were in the past when we signed Ronnie Johnson, Henningberg, Peter Schmeichel, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. These are the kind of names that I like. That you haven't heard too much about them, but they're superstars. And they do a job. They give 100%. And selling Le Mans, I mean, Courtois reincarnated, isn't it? He's like.
I think the best compliment I can give him is you don't hear people talk about him, which is a good thing compared to Onana, who you're hearing every single week because he's either done something mad, said something mad, or he's predicted to do something mad in the future. But now you've got a goalkeeper that no one talks about because he just plays the game, stops a few shots, calls it a day.
Yeah, I think he's like the modern day Brad Friedel, mate. That's what he is. Safe pair of hands.
I think the simplicity of Carrick is what the players are playing for at the moment. My only concern is when he signs that contract, will these players keep it up? We've seen this under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with the 8 games won in a row, got second place, all that jazz. Next season, He signs the contract. He's Man United manager. Will the board back him first, or will they say, "Oh, it's Michael Carrick. We're gonna be happy with a couple of players," and will the players play under him from the start to the end? Because we can put this down to a new manager bounce. We haven't been amazing, but we're getting results. We're showing good character. This is a big conundrum for me, and I think if he gets Champions League, he's got a job anyway. I don't think they're gonna get anyone else, because if the new manager comes in and he fails next season, then they're going to say, well, you should have kept Michael Carrick, so they're going to keep Michael Carrick. My biggest worry is that, is this a new manager bounce? Is this a little bit of a false dawn again? I may be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but
none of you would say this if Chelsea get a good manager and Man United keep Carrick. None of you would say this.
I think it's still the same. I think it is 100% still the same, because even if Chelsea get a good manager, that doesn't guarantee good players at all. And
Carrick doesn't have to. Equally, though, you can say Carrick doesn't have to be a new manager bounce syndrome for him to flop next season, because you do have 2 games a week next season.
Hold on, are we saying that Kobe Mino is better than Caicedo, for example?
Oh my God, Mo!
No, that's not what I've said. We know that's not what I've said, right?
20. You got good, man.
But we're watching a team that has got Nacho and Neto on the wings.
If Colwell comes back,
João Pedro, Esteval,
Lavia.
They have the stick from top.
They have good players.
I'm not saying they have a few good players, man. They have good
players, though.
No doubt.
Andre Santos. Even as backup, Andre Sanchez is better than Ugarte.
Do you rate Maresca? Mo, do you rate Maresca as a manager?
He's a good manager. Not the greatest, but he's good.
I rate Maresca highly, and I actually was seeing some good improvements.
You have to rate him highly because he's going to be your manager next
exactly.
season.
When he first came in, I did see some huge flaws in his game, and I think I did see him starting to learn from his mistakes. I think the big one was obviously against United. He shat the bed after a red card and took off all of his attackers in a game they probably still could have won if they had attackers on the pitch. And then you then see later down the line when players are getting sent off, he's still going for the game. Maybe, they might still lose that game, but he's still got the right mindset, and it's something that he's learned from. And I was actually starting to see some impressive things from Maresca until things went sour, and you could tell things had went sour, and then he obviously leaves the club. So yeah, I was quite impressed by Enzo.
No, you actually made it wrong, Tevin. It's more things Maresca with Manchester City could be a worse off and less attractive than Carrick with Man United. And I double down on it. I think it's a conversation. I think it's clear cut as you guys make it be. If Man City hire Enzo Maresca,
no, the question is in the transfer window.
It's a very simple. It's a conversation. If Man City hire Enzo Maresca as their coach next season, and Man United keep Carrick, granted to make Champions League football and get third, if you're asking a player, did you go Man United or Man City, you do think about it. You'd have to think about it.
And then you might go Man United.
Yeah, and I think that it's not as clear-cut as people say. People say, no, City are more stable, and I don't debunk that, right? But having Enzo Maresca there and losing Pep Guardiola, if I'm a player, I'm thinking about it. Especially if Man United get third and continue in this good trajectory now.
I think it depends how Maresca starts, because if Maresca, let's say Maresca comes in the summer and Pep goes, right, I think players will still be bought into the sort of allure of it, of being, it's like kind of Moyes and Ferguson sort of thing, where if Ferguson's saying this guy's the man for the job, then I'm still going to want to go there. And if it pans out the same way that Moyes at United pans out, then I could definitely see United becoming the more favourable option again.
Who did Moyes sign? Who went to United when Moyes?
Marani.
Yeah, he brought on Fellaini. Who else signed? I know Van Persie down.
Mata halfway through the season.
Yeah, Mata.
We got Juan Mata, and that was about it. Yeah, but he had the nucleus of winners there. Already.
I didn't bring up the topic. Tevin did, not me. I didn't want to speak about the same topic yesterday. Tevin did, not me. So that's what Tevin asked, and I just wanted to clarify that I doubled down on what I said. But we'll see. Chelsea winning against Port Vale. You winning against Southampton, Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Southampton are flying now.
Yeah, look, it's not easy. We struggle against Southampton as well when they're in the Premier League.
We do struggle one of those teams. I remember.
I think we'll beat them. Yeah.
Is it the end of the world if you lose tomorrow? No.
You need the league.
No, end of the world. No. Why would it be the end of the world?
There's 2 cups in 2 weeks. It's just.
Listen. Only the end of the world if we were within 3 points of them. I think it's only the end of the world. But because they've got a comfortable point gap, yes, obviously there's a game in hand and we still have to play them. It's not that bad. If the point gap was closer, it could potentially be the end of the world. But they're comfortable enough in the league for getting knocked out of 2 cups to not really affect them mentally that badly, I don't think.
Yeah, fair enough.
Listen, Mo, it'll be a blow to go to Southampton and lose tomorrow, because then everything starts running again. Arsenal are starting to bottle, blah, blah. All the narratives come out, right? They lost to City, lost to Southampton, and 2 cups in 2 matches. But I don't, like, you're asking me, I don't think it's the end of the world, no.
I didn't know what Pastore said about Enzo. You can enlighten us. But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Neil, tell the people the new channel. Tell the people about the new channel.
Very nice of you to mention, Mo. Guna Juice TV. We're rebranding. Mark's not far behind as well. But yeah, set up Guna Juice TV. If you want the juice, you know where to come.
Hopefully it's not leaking.
Very good, Sal.
It's always leaking everywhere.
So, guys, everyone, there is a nascent channel in the description as well. Straight for Post is in the description. A Man United channel, K-Mac channel in the description as well. Guys, I'm just going to ask you something. In the next 5 minutes, we got 50 likes away. I'm sorry to keep you guys. If we reach 200 likes in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to give you 1 minute, actually, 60 seconds. So I don't want to keep it up long. We're going to do the giveaway. I got a code for a giveaway from OK Jersey. If you guys haven't checked them, check them out. Just, we need 200 likes. We still have 300 people in the house. So I'm sure there's 100 of you that haven't hit the like button. We're doing the giveaway for the OKJersey.com. Just 1 minute, 60 seconds. If you get me to 200 likes, I'll do the giveaway. Otherwise, we'll just end the stream.
How do you determine the winner? How do you determine the winner?
It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway tool here.
A giveaway tool. Okay, let me quickly like the video.
There is a giveaway tool here.
I've liked it already.
On StreamYard, right? There is World Cup jerseys as well, so you can choose whatever you want from OK Jersey.
Jordan.
You know? You can choose whatever you want, but it's 60 seconds and the likes are not going up, right?
Let me just check if I've liked it, and I'll give you 2 seconds.
It's going up, but it's not going up to a point that we are gonna actually get the giveaway.
Smash it.
No, I've already liked it, Mo.
It's either this or we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Smash a like. Go on.
Smash the likes, people.
Tell them what it looks like, Mo. Give the
some people don't know.
I know you keep saying that.
If you are on the TV, because some people only watch on TV and they never check that there's a like button on the TV, actually.
Me too.
Right? Like, I don't think we're gonna do it.
It's a waste of a jersey, man. Come on. No,
it's a waste of a shirt, guys. So next one.
I would have liked that.
You could get something as beautiful as this for free.
Nice.
From Mo.
That's nice to be fair.
Yeah.
Is that from OK Jersey, mate? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's my jersey.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna do it again tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, gotta stream on MHF. We gotta stream on Footy Judge Mo as well. Thank everyone that joined us. I will see you guys tomorrow. Not out of here, people.